make sure the stream was up and running before I started talking. And this time I made sure that my microphone is actually on, so it is going to capture my audio today. Last time it didn't, unfortunately. But how is everybody? I hope everyone's doing great today. Bless you, Spyro. I was going to stream yesterday, but I think I might be coming down with a small cold or something. I had so many sniffles, and I was coughing, and I had a slight cough today also. I made sure to drink lots of extra fruit juice yesterday and try to get lots of rest. I'm hoping that I don't get sick because I'm immunocompromised. So when I get sick, and it sucks. But anyways, I have 3 levels left for Midnight Mountain, and then we have the boss fight, and then the bonus area after. So that's gonna be fun, and hopefully my internet connection, so I can go ahead and finish this off, and then we can start playing a different game. I'm thinking maybe I can do a few runs of Binding of Isaac next. Bless you, Spyro, Jesus. But yeah, we're gonna start with Desert Ruins. This is the one where it has like a knockoff Lara Croft in it. I really like this one. I think it's really cute. Interesting little like puzzles and stuff. Also, I'm playing Pokey Clicker at the same time on my tablet, so excuse me if I seem a smidge distracted. Just really trying to boost up my Pokemon so I can get the heck out of Galar and move on to the next region. It's such a grind. It takes forever.
Hello, you must be
Gus.
Spyro. I've heard a lot of people talking about all the things you've done for them. Do you think you could help find my girlfriend Tara? She went off to raid the tomb of the stone golem, but I haven't seen her since. I'd go look inside the tomb myself, but, you know, there's all these scorpions.
Yeah, scorpions are an issue. And they're really big. I'm so glad that scorpions do not come that big in real life. But I think he's some kind of mouse. So relative to him, I guess a scorpion might be that big? I'm not really sure. I'm not exactly a biologist. So I'm not 100% certain on what size of animals are supposed to be. Oh gosh. I thought I could run him over. I thought he was a little one like this. Get out. Lizard. Again, this feels like cannibalism, and the way it curls up just makes me feel bad. Like that poor little lizard. He's just burnt to a little crisp, and he didn't do nothing wrong. I don't feel bad about killing those big ass scorpions, though. I don't think I would want to do one of those either. Whew. I thought I was gonna take some damage there, but it was kind of nice. It was like, nah, you're good. You killed it. a little bit nervous about what my family members might have to say about it, like my aunts or whatever. I did remove quite a few of my extended family members, like one of my, I want to say he's like my dad's uncle or something. He used to tell me that all my artistic talent came from some lady that I only met like twice. And it just kind of made me feel like he wasn't seeing me for me. And then he got really like grumpy. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take you off of my friend list. Pretty bigoted stuff about, you know, a lot of different people, not just the usual suspects that you would expect, that someone very conservative would talk about, like gays and the Mexicans. They just, I can't handle that kind of intolerance stuff. I don't want to hear it. Like, it has nothing to do with you, so mind your business, man. And, like, unless you're a Native American, shut the heck up about, immigrants in America, because you're one too, unless you're Native American. So I don't want to hear none of it. And it's just like, when you deal with really, really old people in their like 70s or 80s, they're not going to change their mind for anybody or anything, no matter what. Because they are just set in their ways, they don't want to learn, they don't want to, you know, make anything easier for anyone else other than themselves. So I just removed all those types of people from my friends list, so I'm not 100% worried about, you know, being judged super hard for being a VTuber or playing video games. It's fine, and I just, like, there's something about being told that your talent isn't from working really hard and practicing and learning, and that you just got it from somebody else. Like, no. It's definitely my effort. Like, I've worked really hard to get where I'm at today, and I don't think it's appropriate to discount someone's effort on something, especially when it's like their lifelong passion. Because I'm gonna be real, when it comes to art, that's like my favorite thing ever. And even when I was in preschool, I was saying stuff like, yeah, I want to be an artist when I grow up. That's all I want. Forever. And it's always been my goal is to just enjoy my art all the time, and I'm really proud of how far I've come in my whole life, because like I was, you know, one of those teenagers that learned how to draw anime from one of the how to draw anime books that's like very Americanized, like it was not good style. It, you know, the pointiest of faces ever. I did not know how to draw at all, but I never gave up and I kept practicing. And one of the ways that I learned how to draw, to be completely honest, was practicing drawing by copying the art on Yu-Gi-Oh cards and then like redrawing it. I would do that a lot. I do still have quite a few of them, like Malevolent Puzzler and the Grave Robber, and there's a couple more that I've done. I want to say there was some fairy ones that I've done. My sister used to also do the same thing where we would all sit together and draw Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like Harpy Lady Sisters, and I want to say it was called Dream Fairy or something. And then like, get out of here. Like Mystical Elf and Dark Elf, Gemini Elf, and a bunch of elves and fairies and mermaids and harpy ladies and stuff like that. We would practice together, and we all had our own styles, so even though if we all chose to draw the same thing, it would still come out wildly different depending on which one of us was the one drawing it. Destiny liked to draw more of the creepier stuff, and Jessica liked to draw a lot of the more typical anime stuff like mermaids and whatever. so it was kind of like a mixed bag. Because I would try to do stuff every time I would do. I still do this now. Anytime I draw anything, I try to make sure to include at least one thing new or one thing that I think I'm really terrible at so that I can practice. Like, I used to be really bad at drawing male figures,
Well,
so
look at
I
you,
drew like 7
showing
in
up
a
here
row.
to raid the tomb after
I think
I've
I can
done
draw
all the
dudes
hard
okay
work.
now.
I've spent all day pressing switches
I know
and
I can draw
shoving
the heck out
boxes
of
around,
boobs, 'cause
and you
I would
just
spend
waltz in here
a lot of
expecting to
time
claim
drawing
the
the
treasure.
boobs.
Well, you might as well have it. It's only a lousy
Just
egg
waltz in
anyway.
and just take the treasure. Thanks, Marty. Cool. But yeah, I think it's important to recognize the effort that people put in, not just be like, oh, you're just born that way, or it's just natural, it just comes to you. Like, no, I put in a really lot of effort to get where I am today, and I don't think that, like I said, I just don't think it's appropriate to discount all of that effort. Be like, oh, it's genetic, oh, you're just talented. Like, no, it's a skill that anyone can have. It's just how much effort do you want to put in compared to what you're going to get out, because it is a very thankless thing to do, art. Everyone wants it for free, and if it's not perfect, people will tell you, like, hey, you fucked up here, or this is all janky and it looks terrible. And I used to have people tell me when I was still practicing as a teenager, I would post online, and that's probably why I'm so shy about my art now, is because I was very not shy about it when I should have been. But when I was learning still, I was posting my art on the forums and Gaia Online, because that's where I did a lot of my art stuff, like drawing avatars for people, because it gives you a really good inspiration, and you can basically like see exactly what they want. It's just very pixelated, so there is quite a bit left up to interpretation. Hello, Andy. There's still a lot left up to interpretation, so it is a nice balance of having the freedom to do things the way you want, but also having the structure of knowing exactly what the customer wants, or the client, I should say. And I used to do lots of like free art and stuff, and post on the Chatterbox forum and the Chatterbox on Gaia. Excuse me, I am a little bit tongue twisted. And people would say, oh my god, this is so terrible, you should just give up, you should stop. But I never stopped. And I'm glad that I never stopped, because I think I would be super proud of where I am now. When I was that age, if I could see what I can do now, I would be like, oh my god, I'm a god tier. Look at that, that's amazing. But I am so harsh on my drawings. Like, everything I look at, I'm just like, man, I can improve that, that needs to get better. I'm always trying to get better, so unfortunately, because of that, I kind of suffer a little bit from toxic perfectionism, where if it's not exactly the way I want it, I hate everything about it. Like, I can't stand it. I just hate it. But I really need to give myself more credit than I do, because I'm actually like, I should be more proud of myself. Like, I came really far from where I was. I used to draw pointy chins, weird stick legs, and no anatomy whatsoever, not even a hint of anatomy. And now I can draw pretty much. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with anything I draw, but I'm at least less embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed when people see my old art, or my dad has a bunch of my old art hung up at his work, he works as a car mechanic, so out in the back at his workshop, he has a bunch hanging on his toolboxes, because he's so proud of my art. Like, he thinks all of it's great, even the older stuff that looks absolutely garbage. He thinks it's amazing. And I'm so embarrassed, because he tells me when people at his job make comments on it, like, oh, that's interesting, or stuff
I'm
that's
just off for a bit of a
not,
walkabout right now. You know,
particularly good.
sometimes you just long for the simple, old-fashioned...
It's kind of like, I used to sell my art also at anime conventions, and one of the people that was working with me was making fun of one of the drawings that I had done because it didn't make any sense to him. But it was a drawing that I did for Gaia. It was based on somebody's avatar, and it was like a steampunk Native American. And he was just like, "You're Native American. What the hell is this? This is so weird." And I was just like, "I don't know, man. I didn't come up with it. Somebody else did. I just don't question it. Like, why you gotta hate? I thought it was interesting. Is this something different?" Like, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but I don't know. I just have a certain feeling about some of my old art. I don't like when people see it. I don't like how I feel like I have to explain to myself, like, hey, listen, I know this one sucks, but I promise it was practice, and look how much better I am now. Like, listen, I came real fucking far. And then it's like, I guess, but it's still, I shouldn't feel like I have to validate my old art still. But at the same time, it like brings me a certain euphoria when somebody that I did art of a long time ago shows it to me after many years, and it's like, yeah, I still have this that you did, and I love it. I still love it, and it just it makes me feel so happy that I just immediately, almost every single time somebody does that, I'm like, let me draw you a new one because I can do so much better now. And it's like, wait, I need to stop doing that or I'm not gonna make any money ever because I just keep giving it all away. But I'm just so freaking nice, I guess. I get kind of inspired by some people because, especially if they have a recurring character design, like they have an OC or something that they get frequent art of, you know I'm all over that. Like, you're gonna love it and cherish it forever. You're 100% probably gonna get something for free from me at some point. Because I'm a passionate person, like super passionate, and when I see somebody else being super passionate about something, it just makes me so happy. Like, I want to share that energy with everybody. That's my favorite energy to have. Like, there's no reason not to be super happy about the things that you love all the time. So when I see somebody being like super open and not embarrassed, like they're like, oh yeah, this is my OC, and they explain to me in heavy detail everything about their OC. I'm like, bro, this is my jam. I eat that shit up. I love it so much. Like, yes, please tell me about your OC. Tell me everything about them, and then I will draw them and incorporate as many details as possible. So that they like their coffee with skim milk in it, then that's how I'm gonna draw them drinking a coffee in a cafe. Like, I kind of pay attention a little too much sometimes because I end up putting so many details in a drawing that you can't even see all the details because you're overwhelmed by how many details. It's just so fun to add, like just little touches. And again, with my toxic perfectionism, I get a little too into it and hyper focus on like the weirdest, smallest detail that doesn't really matter. So it will end up taking a much longer time to finish the art than I intend because I spend so much time zoomed in on like a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square of the drawing. I'll spend like 2 hours just making sure that one part is like exactly the way I want it, and then no one knows that I put all that time making it look extra perfect because it's just like such a small, tiny area, and it's like, yeah, I kind of wasted a lot of energy doing that. I'm trying to get better at not hyper focusing on small sections as often, but it is very difficult because I'm so used to being so overly critical about everything on my art that I want it to be as perfect as possible so that there's, the less things to complain about, the better. When somebody says that they are unsatisfied with the commission, it ruins me. Like, that absolutely wrecks me. I feel so terrible. I'm self-awareness is kind of infuriating sometimes, because it's like I recognize all these bad behaviors that I do, like caring too much and putting too much of my effort into things, taking things personally that aren't personal at all. Like when someone critiques my art, I've gotten a lot better about it, where if somebody has something to say about it, you can say, oh man, you did a terrible job on this, I think you need to redraw it. That's fine. Tell me how to fix it. If you're gonna say something about how my art is, give me some genuine critique on how you think I can improve. Because otherwise, it's not constructive, it's just being rude.
I've been training my new pet manta ray to carry the latest technology. Super high impact underwater missile launchers. Want to ride him and try blasting some sharks?
Please tell me. I love that. I want to learn and I want to get better. So if you have something constructive to say, like, here, this is how you fix it, or this is how you draw that particular thing better,
just watch out for the shark.
That's wonderful. I love it that way. Like, you can 100% say that to me, and I will still get a little sad about it, but I won't be mad. When somebody says something without trying to help me improve, they're just like, ah, man, that's shit, you should just give up, you're terrible. That's not really helpful. That's gonna make me mad. But if you say, oh my gosh, your anatomy is really rough, and if you redo it like this, why? Like, bro, be my friend, please, because that's my favorite thing ever. I love that kind of thing. I want to improve, so telling me how to improve is going to speak volumes to me a lot more than, oh my god, you suck. Like, okay, if I suck, then what can I do to fix it?
Try not to get hit by... Ready to try... Right on?
Like, I don't see it, or like shooting at me. Am I crashing? Can I not crash? Oh, that time I saw a missile coming to get me.
Try not... Ready to...
But I didn't see the last one. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of rambling about my art stuff. It's, like I said, it's the thing I'm like the most passionate about, so of course I have a lot to say about it. But I do feel a little bad rambling about it. I'm sure no one wants to hear me talk about it. But if you do enjoy talking to me about it, that would be awesome. I'm always looking for more people to be friends with art-related wise. I have this one friend, and he went to college to become an art teacher, but he is not currently an art teacher. But oh my gosh, he helped me with like this simple anatomy trick and for male bodies about how they always have the same distance from their nipples to their belly button, and then from their belly button to their crotch, like the bottom of their crotch. It's like equidistant.
Try not to get hit by the
but it's not the
ammo,
same
okay?
way for women.
I don't want to
but
scare
for
off
men,
my new pet.
it's typically a nice
Ready
little
to
trick
try?
for
Right on. Go get it.
male anatomy is that proportion, because my legs, I was drawing them too high up and the crotch was too close to the belly button, so it just made every male character that I drew never looked like they had a small crotch area. Like it was too small, like their hips were non-existent. But once he told me that, it was like an epiphany, and I was like, oh my god, it's so easy now. And it's just little things like that. I hold on to that forever, and because he taught me that, and because he, like, when I show him my art, and I ask him for, like, I will ask him for his feedback on my posing or my anatomy, and he will sort of draw over it to highlight where my mistakes are. I absolutely love that. He is my favorite person for that. I love showing my art to him, and it's the same with my dad. When I show my dad some of my drawings, and I'll be like, hey, what do you think of this pose? Because sometimes I have a hard time drawing like legs and arms in a believable pose or in a believable manner, or I need him to pose. Like, my dad will just pose for me. He'll be like, oh, no, it should look like this.
Shooting, comrade.
Like, oh,
where'd you learn to aim like that? Oh, by the way,
sometimes for my
Bianca
hands,
wanted me to give
he'll
you
go
this
grab
hand.
something
She
and
says
hold
she
it for
accidentally
me
turned it
and be
into
like,
a
what
woolly
angle do
mammoth
you
for 5
need?
minutes.
Like, dude, the best. like super awesome about doing stuff like that. He's so supportive. Like, he thinks I'm the best artist ever. But I think that I still have a lot of room for improvement. But I do appreciate his support. He's super awesome for that. But yeah, it's... I don't mind getting criticism from my art. You can say it doesn't look good. You can say that it needs work. But tell me how to fix it. You know what I mean? Destroy all the seaweed. I didn't destroy all the seaweed. But you know what? I don't really care. It's fine. I didn't get the... Oh, I didn't find Agent 9's power-up. That's kind of strange. I guess I wasn't really paying attention when I was playing that one either, to be completely honest. I was talking to myself with the microphone audio not working, so nobody heard me talking to myself during that, but it's fine. It's totally fine. This level's done. We got 2 more, and then the boss fight, and then the 100% area after. Which is cool. That one went by really fast. I thought there was another, like, minigame section in there, but I guess not. It seemed like a really short level. But I'm also, you know, sitting here talking about art, absolutely not paying attention whatsoever. It's kind of hard to say. One sec. I gotta get all my poison type Pokemon on PokeClicker. Just trying to boost them up because I'm having trouble fighting fairies. Alright, so we got Dynamine, Haunted Tomb. I'm gonna do Dynamine and save Haunted Tomb for last because it's my favorite one. But I am gonna heal him first. Oh, blizzards. I do feel bad. Look at him. He's curled up like, that's so sad. That one's gonna be last. Here's Dynamine. This way, and then Alright, all healed up, and time for Dino Mines. I really like the first-person shooter part in this little section, though. The little, shooting gallery thing. You shoot a bunch of dinosaurs. I'm not really sure that any kind of gun would be super effective against a dinosaur, unless it was, like, maybe a harpoon gun. Might be piercing enough to get through their skin. I don't really know about the science of, dinosaur scales or dinosaur hide, which ones would be bullet resistant. But I also don't think fire would do very much to them, but it does. Like, you think they'd be... Very cute, though. I think that they are adorable. Like, say what you want, but the way that they liked their... One more thing.